This upcoming match, 100 Thieves and Gen.G. It's gonna be something else. And Study, I wanna know first impressions from what you've seen from both of these teams so far. What are your thoughts on this series?
I think the first match that the Hunt Thief played today versus FaZe, they got destroyed. But ever since that loss, it's been a wake-up call. They had a really close series versus EG. They were able to pull that out. Then they went up against the quote-unquote team that always is able to match them in Optic Gaming, and they do it with a 3-0 fashion. So 100 Thieves is really feeling it right now. And then they're going up against a team that they have beat 3 times in a single tournament.
Yeah.
They are really confident going up against, in this matchup, just in general versus Gen.G. And I'm really hoping to see them play the way that they're supposed to play.
Even though it's a small sample size, we saw Gen.G play two series. They lost both those Search and Destroys. If they're gonna beat 100 Thieves, they might need to take both, and they haven't won one yet this weekend. We saw them choke the one to United, really, game 2. They need to clutch up in that game mode if they're gonna beat this 100 Thieves team.
Now we do want to look at their recent matchup from those Anaheim finals and see how they did. Again, we said they couldn't take down 100 Thieves, but let's see, 3-1, taking at least a map, but a map is not going to be enough to win a series or get you to a grand finals here in Miami.
So in Call of Duty, we have something called delusional confidence.
Yep,
we throw
is.
that term around all the time. When you beat a team 2-3 times, especially in one tournament, you're looking around and you're like, we're not losing a map to these guys next time we play them. Like, they can't beat us. We're in their head. We live inside their mind. They can't beat us. And that's exactly what 100 Thieves is thinking right now, especially coming off a 3-0 win against Optic Gaming, another team that they think that they're in their head. They're going to go into this match fully confident, and confidence can get you a long way in COD.
Let's also see a little stat card of Slasher himself, of course, the captain on 100 Thieves against Gen.G. Those are his stats against them thus far.
He's terrorizing Gen.G.
So going up to the stage, he's
terrorizing them.
He's looking at his teammates like, yo, we're not losing this. Like, there's no chance I'm losing.
I think I played with one person who did that. It was Looney. We were playing some kids that always played at West Coast locals, and he looked at me and goes, don't worry about it. We're winning 100%. And then he fried them absolutely. I was like, all right, that was nasty. Some people just have so much confidence against other players that, I don't know. Right now, Slasher's that guy versus Gen.G.
Well, we'll see if it is Slasher's time to shine against Gen.G once more. But now we're going to hand it over to our casters for this series, Merc and Maven.
Fantastic stuff as always. And yeah, this is interesting because it feels like these two teams haven't been able to avoid each other. You know, they match up in winter semis back at London. That's the reverse sweep. 100 Thieves pulled off to break Gen.G's back at that tournament and propel them to a win. Then they play crossplay, they play in the league. Then they match up 3 times at Anaheim. And you take a look at the stats. But you just think about the Hardpoint for map 1. 8-1 for 100 Thieves. But I don't know that we have the same 100 Thieves team this weekend. Is there a chance for Gen.G?
I mean, I guess there's a chance, but 100 Thieves, I think, warmed up. And I will say, one guy we were touching on was Enable earlier today, but against Optic Gaming, Enable played lights out. Like, he played really, really good, and he has to now. When we talk about him going up against Havoc and Envoy, some argue the best solid duo in the game right now. Him and Priesta need to be on point.
Map 1 underway. Priesta, you talked about his ability. We'll kick it off from his POV as the slaughter begins inside of Elevator. Who's last up? It's a one-on-one. Enable gets caught. Envoy clutches up the final 2 kills as he'll try and wait and rest for the reinforcements to come soaring on in. But as the battle continues here at Elevator, Joe, how much stock do you put into what the desk was talking about? Like, when you beat a team consistently and you're kind of in their head, how important is it?
It is very important. I think one thing that comes out of my experience when I was on Envy and Ghost, I felt like we played Optic Nation every single event. And I tell you what, like, it was just, I was so confident playing against them. Like, I knew we were going to win no matter what. And I think it's a play style thing. You know you're going to play some of the similar maps from time to time, and you're better than at it. It's just one of those things. But Gen.G, they've been a consistent team. This has been one of the only teams they struggled with. You have to think they've learned from their mistakes, and they've done a great job so far on this rotation over to Orange.
It's wild that we have our top 3 teams from Anaheim that were in the losers bracket. Optic obviously just knocked out after not being able to get a map win. Can 100 Thieves or Gen.G in the grand finals rematch from our last event? Can one of them move on into the top 4 to compete on Championship Sunday? So far, so good for Gen.G. 30-point advantage for them. Envoy working towards some all-important streaks. A chance to take a one-on-one here at top window. His teammates all gonna drop around him. He's gonna be the next man up. There's the first three. Kid flies forward, says screw the shooting, takes the melee, gets the lightning, gets the Hellstorm. 10-2 start for Envoy.
Yeah, Slasher though, he's gonna be able to push on it, at least disrupt this setup a bit from Gen.G, but 100 Thieves gonna rotate towards that blue base inside elevator. Havoc's able to fly in, somehow gets a kill behind the grapple, finds the second as well. Priesta thought he was gonna have a one-on-one against Havoc, but Havoc continues. That's now 4 in a row for Havoc. Envoy still 11-2 for him. This duo combined 18-8 to start this game.
That's the scary matchup that you mentioned. Within this best of 5, Kenny and Octane try to find the openers to get in with just under 40 seconds remaining on this hard point. Envoy still able to hold on to those streaks, at least for now. Thinking about the use coming in at pipes as Envoy gets knocked out of it once again, and 100 Thieves get the exact spread they'd want for the second half of this hard point. And massive time for them considering the swing it could have been if Gen.G kept it locked down. Kenny playing the off angle inside of the window, finds easy pickings. Octane continues to lock down the back alley. And with that, Gen.G forced to rotate. Now, when do these streaks come into play? You're not gonna need them for the opening break. How long can you hold before 100 Thieves put the pressure to you?
Yeah, but a great hold by 100 Thieves. It looked a little bit scary on that rotation. Wasn't sure if they were gonna stabilize. They do. Now can 100 Thieves, as you said, try to force a streak out. Kenny gets a little aggressive, not able to find one. But Mox with that ICR looking over his teammates. And now you have an early War Machine out from Envoy, but it looks like 100 Thieves was ready for that. Great job by Slasher with the comms.
Absolutely, that could have been a devastating result if it weren't for the blackjack. Then behind that, they kill the War Machine, they get 4 down. Yet again, they get a break for the second half of that hard point where they can get 35, 40 points. Kill feed once again red as Priesta and Kenny. 3 for them. Enable backs it up, just soaking up time in the hard points. He's got 35 seconds to go there at 7-7. And what could be a lead change now for 100 Thieves with their first chance to go in front and get a semblance of control.
Yeah, but I mean, throughout that first rotation, it was 1-2 for Gen.G, but a nice response from 100 Thieves in 3 and 4, and that's going to be a 5-second lead. It'll grow a little bit. Priesta, I think he was trying to shoot the trophy. I don't think he was, I'm not exactly sure, but it looked like he was shooting bodies.
Yeah, I think you're right. Most likely the trophy, as much as we know Priesta. You said it was Gen.G dominated and the early hard points. Can 100 Thieves clean that up this time around? So far, so good. The TAC 5 is going to come in. Mox is going to go ahead and toss a lightning strike into the mix.
You see what the Hellstorm forcing as well. He's trying to angle it through. Not able to connect. I think the TAC 5 helped 100 Thieves, and while Enable's gonna find 2 kills, Slasher with 2 of his, and that's gonna be 5 down, and they're gonna go. Look at those white arrows. That is not where you wanna spawn if you were Gen.G. And what it was such a good start for Gen.G. Just feels like the rest of 100 Thieves has woken up. Look at the top left. Everybody contributing. 13, 12, 11 kills. Nobody below that.
It's 3 hard points in a row. 400 Thieves have at least been able to split and/or dominate. Now the War Machine from Slasher comes through, connects on Havoc and Envy as the Sogs for Gen.G ripped off the map. Slasher snapping, it's a 3, continues 9 in a row for Slasher. Can he get into double digits? Envoy with the lightning strike. Slasher gonna answer with one of his own. It's the back. Steps push through, 1 able to get into the hard point, but Slasher does lock down 2. The streak will then end at 11, but the spawn comes into the back pocket for Gen.G. A chance to make the play in. Priesta may have to rely on this grapple, grab slam combo to get the clearance.
I mean, a great response though from Slasher. As soon as you see that lightning strike come in, he knows that Gen.G's trying to attack the back spawns. So he locks down top middle, he puts a couple of lightnings towards the back that's able to stop that push.
And what stat did we see before this? That Slasher has dominated this matchup. And what better way to assert your dominance than to go on an 11 spree, as now the Tempest coming up big for 100 Thieves as well as the lead grows and grows. It was streaks for Slasher, now streaks for Priesta as he's on 5 in a row.
I mean, what was it like? After 2 hills, it was 60, 70 points for Gen.G. It hasn't grown much since that. It's been all 100 Thieves.
Gen.G, if they're gonna answer, The answer has got to come swiftly. They need to do it now, but as we transition over to blue base, it's gonna be Priesta with this ICR SOG combo set up top. The grab slam in, 2 will fall. Streaks abound for the 100 Thieves side of this matchup as Kenny shuts down 2, gives another clearance to 100 Thieves as Gen.G tries to desperately swarm in through window, but now you're swarming into the Purifier. Things are cooking for 100 Thieves, but it's not strong enough there as Havoc hits the slide in melee.
And I think JP let us know the only player who was positive against 100 Thieves has been Envoy throughout this matchup. This is just something that Gen.G, when you talk slaying-wise, they just have not been able to match 100 Thieves in Hardpoint. You talked about them being 8-1, and I think you're seeing why.
And I think Nagafin has been great for this team leading up to these final sets of matches against the top dogs. But when they've played the Optics, they've played the 100 Thieves, you've seen him struggle. And right now he is 9-23, and you cannot have a liability on the map like that against 100 Thieves. You can't.
Well, that's why people, I don't think, were surprised when they were testing out Spacely for the week.
Absolutely not.
How do you get better? Havoc flies in, does connect with 3, one of it being his teammate though, and Envoy, and then behind that, Kenny and Priest that clean up the rest of Gen.G. This feels like 100 Thieves has arrived to the tournament. We watched them earlier today. They didn't look good, but again, everybody is contributing on the map. It feels like our back-to-back champs have arrived.
And there's been talk between you and I about how we haven't had that double best-of-5 grand final. There's been the top dog waiting. They've been able to close out those series, but you feel like if somebody is going to get there with a magical losers bracket run and push some team the distance, maybe it's 100 Thieves that has the chance to do so if they now break in. 3 points needed, no one close for Gen.G and 100 Thieves. They light it up, run it up, smoke Gen.G.
Even saw Enable with the fists out right there towards the end, trying to get one more punch in, looking like Canelo out there.
Oh, what a dominant effort, and maybe it starts with that 11 spree you saw out of Slasher. But that reminded me a little bit of like the Optic Luminosity Hardpoint. Yeah, where like Optic starts strong, then LG just dominate from that point on. What do you get, 20, 30 points over the second, well, yeah, second half of that game, not more of that. Like, it was just so one-sided. What a performance from 100 Thieves.
It was so weird as well because, you know, you go into that 3rd and 4th hill on the first rotation where Envoy, you know, he earns those streaks, but they don't turn it into anything. Like, there is no production from the streaks, and then what you try to do is force 2 streaks at elevator, right? And then 100 Thieves still wins that engagement. And then guess what? While, I mean, those streaks weren't good enough, Slasher then goes on to 11 spree, he earns streaks. It just felt like the utility usage wasn't good enough from Gen.G.
Wasn't good enough. They've got to be better as we extend this series. But before we get to Search and Destroy, we've shouted this out a couple times over the course of the weekend for the fans at home, the fans at the venue here in Miami. There is a sweepstakes going on right now. You can check it out at mlg.com/Totino's giveaway. It is the CWL Champs Trip giveaway. 1 grand prize winner and a guest will win round-trip airfare, hotel, and more to Champs in Los Angeles. Check it out. Sign up. It'd be a massive win. It's one of the most fun events every single year. You gotta get there, whether it's through the giveaway or not. Dial it in, lock down the hotel, make sure you're there. It's the can't miss event of the year. $2 million up for grabs to end the Black Ops 4 season.
It's gonna be one heck of an event. I mean, there's so many potential storylines going into it, right? Just who's going to be our world champions for the year? Is 100 Thieves going to try to win 4 events in a row? That's could be the story.
Do you think they're back now? Do you feel like they're back now, getting in that rhythm that we saw them drop only 4 maps just a tournament ago?
It feels that way. We'll see in this Search and Destroy. We know Gen.G has struggled with 100 Thieves and Hardpoint. Now it's 9-1 throughout 10 in these matchups. But Gen.G, always known as a very solid Search and Destroy and control team. They have to respond right here.
Mox, so crucial to this series when you consider the AR prowess on the other side of the stage. Can he do it? Can he step up in a big way? Can he get it done in the Search? I don't know if he's the superstar you're gonna rely on to have a big map too, but in those huge one-on-ones, those swing moments against the other big ARs, He's got to be better going forward in this series.
Well, I even look at it like this. I mean, one of the players we talked about with 100 Thieves was Slasher, and who's going to be that secondary ICR for Gen.G? He's the one that has to match Slasher. So I look at the Maddox players in Major Maniac in Nagafin, and we pointed out Nagafin's struggle. If Kenny and Slasher are dominating that matchup, it doesn't matter what the SOG duo is doing. It won't make up for the fact.
And I think that's what's so scary right now if you're Gen.G, because that's a map that you get the favorable matchup in the SOG department. When you think about frequency, you're going to Arsenal map 4. How the hell are you going to beat them in Arsenal? You're not going to. So you really need to take that map 1. You don't take the map 1. Now you've got to take the search and destroy. And this is a map where 100 Thieves, remember, put in a ton of time for that matchup against Optic Gaming leading into Anaheim. So they've gotten a lot of reps on this map. They've improved progressively over the course of the year. They'll be the offense first, and the first blood comes in from Slasher with a pick almost instantly. But trades down in Tunnel will leave us in a 3v3.
And nice trades from Envoy and Havoc to force the 3 versus 3. Slasher gonna try to work outskirts here. You have Enable rotating this bomb over.
Just playing it patiently. Maybe looking for an overextension from Gen.G. Maybe some mind games here to see if they can get them to rotate out. But holding is going to be Mox. Mox in a position where he's got to find a kill to help. It's going to come in. Major Maniac able to finish 1. Now a 3 versus 2 for Gen.G, but Mox is going to get gunned by Octane. Octane able to back it up, try to re-challenge, but not able to win it. So Enable will now be left in a 1 versus 2. Bomb in hand, but only 20 seconds to work with. And Havoc wisely dips out. Make sure you don't give Enable a one-on-one. They're both gonna double challenge. Not gonna line up. Major Maniac clutches up. Round 1 to Gen.G.
It was almost a very solid read there from Enable in that 1 versus 2, but they don't line up for him, so the collateral damage isn't there. But we've seen 100 Thieves do this from time to time on a map like Payload, where they'll work that outskirts, they'll try to catch you on rotation. They'll sort of ignore the bomb sites on this map sometimes and push that defensive spawn.
Major Maniac with 2 big ones in that round, the search and destroy specialist on this team. He's got a frag grenade for round 2 as they're gonna start to push towards B. You've got a 2-man hit in towards that mid tunnel. Should be action very early in this round as the stun goes out. Gen.G stacked up in Little Room. Havoc able to get the first kill, and Priest has to back on up.
Yeah, Havoc and Envoy working together towards that middle. Priest and Enable, they're gonna lose that one. And now that man advantage moves on. You can see them just running towards B. Slasher's up top though. He will get taken down by Nagafin. Now it's all down to Kenny. He does find 1, but it starts with that first blood. It starts with that mid control from Gen.G.
If you're Gen.G, you win a round in which Slasher gets the first blood. You win a round handily in which you're able to do it. They're doing it from both sides of the map as well, and now we'll take a look at the best play from Envoy. It feels like things just unraveled early as soon as they lost that 2-on-2 in mid-tunnel. Priest can't get the trade.
Throughout this year, right, I think at the start of Payload Search and Destroy at the beginning of the year, it was all about mid-tunnel control. And we've actually seen some teams just sort of avoid it from times. They'll stack 1 bomb site and play a retake.
All 5 players from 100 Thieves now stacked up outside of that A site. The catwalk lowered. A big flank now coming in as Havoc and Envoy start to push through B. Here comes the flank. It looks like they're ready for it. They're ready for it, and Enable takes the gunfight. Second first blood to 100 Thieves this time. Can they turn it into a round victory?
Now this just turns into, is Gen.G gonna over-rotate? Let's see what Nagafin ends up doing. It looks like he's holding right now, but ends up losing a 1-on-1 against Octane. Talk about those secondary ICR fights. There's one of them. Major Maniac in a tough spot. Here comes the whole team, 100 Thieves, and now this should be a clean round.
Great shoulder from Enable. Gets the information. Easy kill then for 100 Thieves. Easy round to 100 Thieves, and they chalk up their first round. Seeing so much patience at 100 Thieves. This time it pays off.
I think it's Octane on the flank who just spots out both Envoy and Havoc trying to work it, and instead of moving forward, they just isolate those players. Envoy wins that one-on-one against Enable, maybe it turns into a bit of a different round. His teammates can get aggressive towards that middle lobby. Instead, Enable wins it.
They're going back to B. Not the same mid-map presence, though, inside a tunnel 400 Thieves, well, or for Gen.G. So a little bit of a different look, but you do have 4 players from 100 Thieves over towards that A site. You can see on the minimap, everyone towards B from Gen.G. So Octane going to be the lone man here until the rotation comes in. You see the red arrows now starting to swarm across the map.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. There goes the high catwalk push. I mean, he's all alone on an island.
And no one has eyes on it.
Yeah, no one's watching over it. You just want him to back away and play his life. Maybe in that position, he can find one. A trade does come through towards the middle, but bomb planted 3 versus 4.
Spotted his shadow. Knows when he is pushed through the tunnel. They're going to flood up top. Enable hit to 1 HP. Heals up, but can't locate the kill. 2 versus 3 now with 25 seconds on the clock. Now suddenly it's all on Enable. There's 2 players up there. Can't get the damage in. Gen.G get their 3rd round.
It just starts with the first bloods that we've been seeing. When they get first blood, they've won the round. Once again, it was Havoc and Envoy who just pushed. They find an opening. One round it was mid-tunnel. This time it was top catwalk. You might see a bit of an adjustment from 100 Thieves like I was talking about, where you just start giving up bomb sites and playing 5 versus 5 retakes.
Is that just a bit of a misplay from Octane?
It's hard to say, right? He's playing different timings. He's hoping it's just one guy. Maybe he can find one, but I think he knows in that position, if they 5-man push it, he's going to get caught.
This round, Nagath will have the sniper out. Enable gives him a chance, but he can't connect. Look how deep Slasher is playing. And there's 2 coming. This could work out brilliantly. 1 in front, 2nd down. Slasher with another first blood, and this time it comes in a pair.
He actually plays that position in a round where Havoc and Envoy lost it on the flank last time. They go right back to it. And they get caught by Slasher playing a bit of an off angle, not a position you see too often. Now a 2 versus 5.
Yeah, this round feels like it was over before it started. Snipe goes right between 2 players. Mox left alone, dropped, and 100 Thieves with a nice round. Now, what do you change maybe if you're the side of Gen.G and that flank doesn't seem to be working? You go away from it?
I think you just, similar to what I'm talking about with 100 Thieves, I think you can allow them to work a bomb site, right? Just the rounds they've lost, they've given up first bloods, where they've tried to get a little bit too aggressive. Allow 100 Thieves to play patient. They're not taking map control from you or anything. It seems like they are just literally waiting for that flank to happen.
Relying on the aggression. That's when Gen.G are typically at their best. Slasher spots 1 in lab. Opts to reposition towards the back box with Enable. Kenny just still spotting. Not allowing Major Maniac to really find any breathing room towards the outside catwalk. Going to do a lot of damage this round. Not sure if he's going to find a kill.
Yeah, he's got to be careful with the ammo as well. But a very patient round. Now Slasher trying to find an opening, and an opening he will find. First blood on the Nogafin. Now gets away with his life with Kenny watching his back. Nice play from 100 Thieves there. Still have Octane watching the rotation back to B. Mox is going to bring it back. Envoy's going to win a one-on-one.
And this might be another round where you get a first blood from Slasher and then things dissolve. 400 Thieves, but there's not a ton of time to work with. Envoy with a big one-on-one, the trade in from Enable. Everybody dropping though, Enable the last up gets away with no HP. They'll chase him down, hunt him down, and that's now 2 rounds for 100 Thieves where you get first blood, can't take the round.
Yeah, I think the goal is to get Slasher out of there, and they're able to do so, but they go a little bit aggressive, but even in a 4 versus 5 where 100 Thieves has the man advantage, it's a 4v4 because Octane's on the opposite side of the map.
Reminds you of the issues that plagued this team early in the game though. It's only 2 rounds, but still costly as it's 4-2 Gen.G. Thieves get right back towards A. Keep an eye on the minimap. It doesn't look like that same push-through is going to happen from Gen.G as it has not been working at all. They're going to stay honest towards the B site. Another first blood for 100 Thieves. Nice stun to back him up as well, and here comes the flood. Gen.G should be in trouble. Priest and Slasher shut down 2, 4v2 to 100 Thieves. Major Maniac doing what he can to bring it back. Mox, though, little bait and switch there will catch him. Now Major Maniac at the back block, going to be the last guy up.
He's on a 3 spree right now. We'll see what he can do. They don't have the bomb. A couple of players almost line up for him. Has to heal, gets away, almost gets the shot punch in. But Priest is going to find that kill. But yeah, as you said, I think it was a beautiful bait and switch from Slasher and Kenny towards that middle platform onto Mox. But Havoc, he's playing a sneaky position here behind this catwalk. I mean, he's just hoping for one kill, but Nagafin's the man who actually gets caught. He's the one who gets first blooded.
Well, Octane's beamed him a couple of times. You saw the one into the lab steps just a couple rounds ago. He's taken that ICR fight. Unfortunately, it's Octane on the other end of it. It's wild how loud it sounds on the snow when they don't have pit silence. Like a damn elephant.
Trekking on through. You see 100 Thieves just back away. That was Priest and Octane.
Octane got the hell out of there this time. Not going to get caught in those heaven steps again.
Slasher trying to work the flank a little bit. Bomb not planted yet. Now they're going to go behind a push. Envoy and Havoc. Well, that's what you talk about when you group up. Now it's a 3 versus 3. Trades on both ends.
Slasher wrapping back. Get involved in the action. They're all going to try and push this from the back. Somebody's going to have to be the entry. Is Priestley going to be the one to slide in? Here he goes. He does it and gets a bit of a dead slide there. Not able to get through. Now it's going to be all on Octane. 1 versus 2. I'm sure that was frustrating for Priesta. Heals up, re-challenges. Nagafin gets a bit of revenge, and Gen.G take the 3-on-3.
Yeah, Priesta just gets a bit unlucky there. Slasher rotates on back, puts a cluster in the room. And Priesta thinks it's the player to the right that actually gets taken down, but it's the player to the left. Doesn't check his right corner. A 3 versus 2 ends up being a round loss for 100 Thieves.
So now 3 rounds with numbers that they've dropped. Nagafin, what an interesting thing it's been for him over the past month. The sub and Spacely steps in. Gen.G have a solid week, but they bring Naga right back in. You feel like there's got to be a lot of pressure on him to perform considering they're coming off a top 2 finish. But they find themselves in the loser's bracket, but they find themselves 1 round away from evening the series. But I don't think the question was the search and destroy, it's the respawns.
Similar round that we just saw, but 100 Thieves isn't going to push through that mid-tunnel just quite yet. Priest and Kenny still showing a little bit of presence towards that A side. Now it looks like they're going to go right back towards B. Octane almost gets caught from Nagafin, but doesn't re-challenge.
First blood to Naga. Major Maniac follows it up. 100 Thieves falling apart. Gen.G a chance to close things out here. Enable wide out in the open. Know where he can go. That's going to be bombed down. 5 versus 2. Slasher needs a miracle from this spot. Nagafin once again finds the kill. Octane gets flanked. Gen.G. It has not been easy for them to get maps against 100 Thieves this year, but there they put 1 up.
You see some frustrations there from Slasher. I think he knows where he's finding a couple of first bloods and they're just not closing out the rounds. As he always said, we're doing the hard part, we're not executing on the easy part. And that's one of those maps I'm sure they're going to go back, re-watch, and try to fix those mistakes.
3 rounds, they have numbers that they drop, and that is the difference in the search and destroy. The Gen.G have now made it a series, but where they've been smoked has been the hard point, has been the control. They've got to do it here in map 3.
Welcome back to Gen.G versus 100 Thieves. Series tied up 1-1. Hardpoint goes the way of 100 Thieves. Search and destroy. Gen.G respond with a win on payload search, but now it's gridlock control. Who's gonna take the edge in this series? Hey Clint, welcome back.
I'm back. I had to run, but I made it back, Joseph.
You did.
It's so far, but here we are. Crowd getting ramped up, giveaways going down. I glanced over at Bravo and saw my pick in LG is down 0-1, so it's not looking good there, Joe.
Yeah, you're a
It's
little...
falling apart,
You
Joe!
want me to turn this monitor off?
Yes, it's falling apart.
That's right, it's just map 2, but supposedly Dylan just smoked everyone
Because he's
again.
incredible.
Yeah, no, he's really
That
good.
kid's a freak of nature. But for 100 Thieves, Gen.G, it's all square. What was it? I think JP told us it was like 8-1 the hard point. It was like 4-2 in the control, something like that.
It was like 3-2 search. I don't know.
3-2 search, 4-2 control, I think it was. So not as dominated, obviously.
There's no way they played more controls than searches.
Oh, was it 4-2 search, 3-2 control? Something like that.
Yeah, I think 3-1.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, we just got it. So 4-2 search, 3-3 control.
So this one's been back and forth.
That's the one that won in the grand final, right? I think it was the, or was it in the winners bracket final? It was like a frequency control. But this time we'll be headed to gridlock. Octane like a little bunny rabbit, trying to stay in the map. Get what vision he can, but the flank comes through quickly.
Wow,
Inboy, Havoc, Mox, 3 go down. Enable gets gunned, 4 down, 5 down. Everybody smoked. Now a chance to capture B early for Gen.G.
I'm actually surprised Envoy doesn't help them hop that right there. I mean, I know boxes is such a strong position. Havoc gets taken down. Nobody on A right now. Not a lot of progress made at B. You get 1 tick at least, but you would think with 5 down, you get a little bit more. The close spawn is there, top street. There's only 3 players here, but Mox is able to find 3. So close now to capturing this B point.
It's contested for now, but can they get it done? Gen.G looking to make a statement early in this control. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Gen.G.
They got me close, Standing in post.
They don't set up. Trying to, I couldn't, bro.
Go away, guys, go away.
Go away. We got 2 ticks.
We got 2 ticks, that's beautiful. I'm gonna go mid right away.
You guys play slow.
You guys.
Go, watch your
Win. Chow. Sliding in.
Nice. Good job. Anyone in A? No,
I think we're good. I'm gonna watch side door.
He's still nooching B.
Yo, yeah, we spawned
I'm
deep.
back
I'll
on
book you deep. Watch your side door.
I have side.
I'm playing
Go.
map.
I got inside A from there.
Nice job.
Nice.
Nice job. Keep playing kills. Keep playing kills, guys.
Top. I'm gonna help Cole.
Yo, fire back to your right.
Top underpass. I hear you.
Yo, ladder, top fire.
Top underpass, what do you
Jump down. Nice, good trade.
Finesse.
Are there any holes in the setup?
Top weak.
Yo, behind you. Yo, behind you still. Behind me. In our base then.
Any bottom underpass?
I'm hitting.
Kenny bottom
on top.
Yellow?
Yellow.
Yeah, let's go around.
Top
Guys,
right,
let's go
top
around.
right T with me.
Let's go around.
I'm on side.
Going around.
Bike wait. Yeah, let's go around and drain the rush.
Top weak.
Take your time.
Top is priest.
You heard him. Take your time, play your lives. You have that big of an advantage. It's all you gotta do.
You see what they're doing? They're leaving 1 on A to stop the clock, and they had a 7 life advantage. So, yeah, like Zero was talking about, they're playing a little bit of TDM right now. You have the life advantage. Just make sure you're getting those trades, and that's exactly what they were able to do. Now, 1:45 to work with, and look at 100 Thieves. You only have 10 lives remaining.
You just need to avoid like a 4 or 5 down scenario if you're Gen.G. Keep this close. Make sure you're trading effectively and you're good to go in this round 1. And what a big blow that is to take an offense on this map. Tons of information from Octane as he sees at least 3 or 4 on the cross. The pressure to Priesta. He gets double teamed. A big cluster though in from Slasher to slow down this wave. They brought it a bit closer. It was 3 for a second, but they extend it right back out. One more here. They need to get this out. Mox finding a kill. Almost, my God. If Mox gets one with him, keeps a big edge. But now it's down to 3. 60 seconds to go. Gen.G looking for the next build-up. And that number 5 in Major Maniac just tucked away back alley. Can they isolate them? Do they have a 2-on-1 here?
Yeah, they don't know that, though. We know that. They don't. There's 4 on the flank. Enable's probably thinking there's somebody up top, so he's not going to over-challenge that. Nagafin does find a pick on the Slasher. Here comes the push. Priesta versus Envoy inside box. It's such a big one-on-one. Priest is able to win it 8 versus 5 now. Everyone has to stay alive for 100 Thieves. No more respawns in.
100 Thieves was down so massively in a lives department, but now a a chance to do it. Octane won't get back into this one. Priesta finds his ICR though, but he's gonna get flanked. 3 versus 5 now for 100 Thieves. Under 20 seconds on the clock. Gen.G with a big push here. I thought for a second Slasher was gonna win it, but everything gonna fall to Kenny and Enable. The stun connects, Enable is dropped, Kenny is swarmed, and Gen.G a big offensive round. That is huge, Joe.
And I thought 100 Thieves was going to play around the point a little bit more. When you only have 5 lives remaining, you just sort of group up on Sushi. They didn't want those trade situations to go down. It almost felt like they didn't expect Gen.G to put so much pressure on the flank that they were doing. You saw Priesta get caught off guard when he was top ambulance. We saw Slasher try to work the flank a little bit. He gets caught off guard. This is Mox with the best play. This was right at the start of the round, but he gets a little scary there.
Takes out Slasher, takes out Octane, snaps onto another. Like, those are the moments I was talking about in the last map where Mox has got to be able to take that. Maybe not every time, obviously, against Slasher and Octane, but if he can get a couple of those to swing the tides in their favor in a respawn, might be all you need.
Well, again, I think you look at a guy like Major Maniac because we know what Slasher and Octane can do as an ICR duo. You need your partner in crime with that ICR to step up and help you win those gunfights on that B Street.
I don't know how Slasher won that. He got down to 1 bullet, but was able to finish it before he gets traded. So 4 down for either side, 26-26. 100 Thieves slowly progressing the A point. Thinking about the next step, the next line of attack, because in that back courtyard, you do have 3 players, well, 1 mid-map and 2 in the back. And that cross vision from mid-map is making it difficult for 100 Thieves to find the angle to push out the players back towels.
We've seen this push time and time again from 100 Thieves. You know how they like to play it. Those 2 kills go down towards the A side, but immediately traded by Havoc. Major Maniac once again in a sneaky spot. Slasher just trying to make sure they have control of this top street so they can start the push. But Mox doing his best to stay up. Now he has some help from Envoy. Beautifully done by Mox, and somehow he's still alive in this position.
He's not there anymore. Now he locates him, and Envoy and Mox. Brilliant teamwork there to hold on. This is where teams struggle so much. This B Street push is where things will fall apart. 100 Thieves, one of the better teams in the game at doing it because of that ICR presence. But Gen.G haven't given them a chance yet. Now for 100 Thieves, you get that step done. You get broken control, and you build it from here. But there's nobody through mid-map on the flank. It's a 5-man push on the street.
It looks like 100 Thieves is playing very patient right now. Priesta, he's gonna grapple on in, try to get past that 18. Has a one-on-one against Major Maniac, able to catch him. Can he find the second? Runs out of ammo. Somehow still alive. Envoy gets taken down. Now that's 3 down. A play out of Priesta.
He doesn't even need to heal.
He finds the 3rd as well.
He can do it with 4 HP. Now he gets back to full health, but what an individual play from Priesta behind the grapple. And now they're going to use the War Machine as well. Priesta still dominating that side of the map. It's going to be the War Machine from his teammate that takes him out, but he also wipes out all of Gen.G. 4 life advantage. Progress on B. The final seconds here as Gen.G can't get close, and another offensive win as 100 Thieves bring it to even. What was that from Priesta?
That was a ridiculous play, but I don't know.
And the challenge, like he knows his teammates in the fight, he helps with 4 health, is screw the heal.
I know they get to this position, and this was such a great play, but afterwards, when Slasher calls in the War Machine, it cannot turn into 3 kills. You have to have Blackjacket on. Those small mistakes are the difference maker. They had a chance to retake that site and go up 2-0 in this round.
It's Slasher versus Gen.G. Even if they had Blackjacket, it would have been 3 direct hits, Joe.
Yeah, okay.
Octane 300 off some streaks, even though he's sitting at 7 and 8. Look at the performance by Slasher and the fact that he gets the early War Machine. He's 17 and 8.
Yeah, Kenny having a slow game right now at 3 and 12. You need him to turn it up. This time Gen.G, they don't go back to B off the rip. They're just going to capture A. A more standard round out of both teams so far.
Slasher's streak now at 9. He had an 11 streak in the Hardpoint. Can he get to double digits yet again? Just destroying them in the respawns. Wraps back at bottom overpass to try and help his teammates. His 2 will fall with the push coming in. Slasher's gonna get gunned. Nagafin able to end that streak. 3 are gonna be down for 100 Thieves. And look at that 3-man flood towards B. Now for Gen.G. Now what do you do if you're 100 Thieves? You've got 2 push all the way to back broken. You've got 3 players coming in off spawn. It's a fight at 2 fronts right now.
Nade out, doesn't connect, but there's only one player. I like how 100 Thieves isn't panicking. The players at the front are dealing about the reinforcements. Havoc, his grab slam misses. They don't even get a tick. 100 Thieves are able to stand strong.
Now it's Envoy's War Machine. Priest to get shut down. You got 3 from Slasher. You've already got 2 in from Envoy. And now it's going to be Maddox back in hand, but it's Octane that's able to slow down this push. It's 2 kills for him. You force Slasher to use the lightning strike, though. But Octane's gotten a streak of his own. He has a lightning to use as well, and it's laser beams after that. Envoy gets peeled out of bottom broken.
Abel, he's going to have a free kill. He's starting to work the flank. You know how strong this position is with the SOG. He's going to get the heal, just be annoying. Can he find the second? Nice stun from him. There's Tac Mask. They have given 100 Thieves, yeah, so much map position, and Enable is still alive.
The stun hits, what, 3 players on Gen.G. Grouped up mid-map. Octane will have the Tempest in play. Nice shot. Havoc dropped. Most of the pressure, though, is in on the flank. Priest trying to get back in on the action as quickly as he can. Another nice shot from Octane with the Tempest. Hellstorm going to be forced due to the fact that they won the fight towards the 100 Thieves spawn. Octane hits a shot but can't quite finish the kill. There's still a player down in Sushi, but the contest is in. The clock stopped for now. It's going to be 8 versus 6. Gen.G have suddenly took a life advantage behind the 2-piece coming in from Envoy. That cluster's going nowhere. There's a trophy right in front of you, pal. All the streaks have to be used. All the specialists have to be used. Gen.G have forced everything out of 100 Thieves, and they still have a chance to win this round.
Yeah, 6 versus 5. You don't have any specialists up on the Gen.G side.
Will it be 3 offenses in a row?
See, Gen.G have done a great job on the flank. The only reason they haven't won this round more convincingly is the streaks, and the fact that 100 Thieves has been great near the top street side. We'll see, can they win another one?
Clock is ticking. Gen.G's got to go. 5 versus 5. Mox gets an entry. Numbers to Gen.G. Pressure to Octane. 3 lives up for 100 Thieves. Gen.G, can they do it? 3 versus 3 now. Clock is frozen at 9.4 seconds.
on 1 HP.
He is going to get picked up. Kenny, what seems the world to do, rips 1. Who's the last man standing? Is it Envoy? As Gen.G, somehow, it's another offensive win.
Good job, guys. You shut down all their streaks, too.
And time again, they did such a great job on the flank, splitting the spawns of 100 Thieves, forcing them to use those streaks. Heck, you would even been happy if you lose that round, because the amount you force out of 100 Thieves, but the fact you get the win from it, a ridiculous round from them. And I thought Kenny was gonna make the play. He got 2 kills before this. Yes, 6 and 19 at this point, but if he clutches that round, it doesn't matter. Envoy, though, able to win that final 1 versus 1.
That was an insane. Honestly, it was tough to follow at the end of it because it was just gunfights everywhere inside and around that B point. But what a clutch from Gen.G. Envoy, the last man up, as Gen.G retake the lead. All offense thus far. Can Gen.G hold defensively to take this game 3 and a 2-1 edge in the series? Priesta, that's a nade to the face as he's going to hold that one. Nice toss from Envoy.
Tac 5 was in as well from 100 Thieves. That's going to help Octane stay alive, help Kenny stay alive. Havoc, he runs out of ammo. They're going for the retake, though. They're not allowing them to get this 8 point. And behind that, look at 100 Thieves. 4 of them going right towards B. So Gen.G, they put so much presence here, they could get caught. These players have to stay alive, and, well, Havoc doing his best behind the pillar. But he does get taken down.
And now the late rotation's going to come in, but into the point go 100 Thieves. A big chance here to get a lot of objective progress at this B point. Priesta has been sensational once he gets into semi. Almost 2 yet again. 4 going to drop. Gen.G with a big rotation in, and they stop the flood from 100 Thieves.
Well, Enable's just going to get out of dodge, try to rotate through. Ice Cream go right back to A. Havoc's going to try to do what he can and cause some havoc. Kenny checks the corner, but the trade is there. Enable now the lone man here.
Enable's got to pick it up. He's 8 and 16 right now.
Oh,
A lot
Kenny
more of an
as well.
impact. A lot more of an impact for
24.
the Sogs on the other NBA. I mean, Slasher's like, guys, gotta get some help. Priest is feeling that way too. They're being outplayed on gridlock. But A about to be done. They'll have just around 2 minutes to work with.
Saw this earlier too on control. When 100 Thieves lost earlier today, in the control, their opponents, they get Vision Pulse. Enable, because he's struggling, may not get a Vision Pulse, and Envoy, he's gonna earn some streaks.
And you find yourself in a similar spot to that opening round where Gen.G has to play around the lives.
They use the Vision Pulse, they're just trying to spawn trap right now, and well, the Vision Pulse is gonna help that a lot. They always know where these players are. Envoy's gonna call in the lightning strike inside. Havoc connects with one, now an 11 life advantage.
100 Thieves getting smoked, 8 lives remaining. They can't even move out of spawn. Major Maniac with some fancy shots behind the ICR. Envoy now, more pressure on the flank. Enable's gonna get caught. The head's gonna have to turn from 100 Thieves as they can't even focus on the objective. 4 lives left. Seemingly impossible for 100 Thieves, and what a map this has been from Gen.G.
Now you're about to take a 2-1 advantage. We're gonna go to another Hardpoint. Yes, that has been the bread and butter. But if we're going to an Arsenal, they did win Arsenal Hardpoint against E United just a round ago, so they gotta be feeling confident.
That's one way to get a kill, and then another as Nagafin beams him. Havoc closes it out. Gen.G back-to-back maps, but the big one, a respawn and the edge over 100 Thieves in this best of 5. Maybe a bit of revenge for Gen.G, who have been dominated all year long in this matchup. Frustration for 100 Thieves.
Oh, just the fact, like, I mean, Kenny, I know the stat line isn't great for him, but it's the fact it's the amount of deaths, right? 27 deaths, 28 deaths, whatever it is. That's almost a whole control round. That's almost a whole control round. You have to play just a little bit slower, slow things down, let the game come to you a little bit more.
Is there anything about the matchup right now that's giving him trouble?
I mean, maybe the presence of Havoc and Envoy, but it just felt like they were just being annoying time and time again, always finding those kills. Again, it was just those plays on the flank that really gave 100 Thieves trouble.
Well, we're going to take a look at the scuff play of the game. It's going to be into that crazy round 3, the madness, which ended with Envoy as the last man standing at 6v5 for Gen.G. And what a round it was to help secure this victory.
I thought after Octane got that first kill, made it a 5v5, 100 Thieves had a chance, but after that, it was a 3v3 as Kenny responded. But you saw right there, Octane was 1 HP, and I don't know if he just gets caught, maybe over peaks, thinks he's fully healed and he's not, but he gets taken down by Envoy, and then there's the man advantage.
And Kenny gets 3 there. He was 4 and 19
yep.
before that. 4 and 19. That is something we just have not seen from Kenny. I know he started the game slow, but since then, he's been incredible. Absolutely incredible. He's in the MVP conversation. Last event with Slasher, their stats were near on identical. Priesta had a great map. Slasher had a great map. All the talk about 100 Thieves in the respawns, it's always a team effort. It's always a solid effort across the board. They're one of those teams that everyone is above a 1.0. Everyone's contributing. There you don't get that. And Gen.G come in and shock them.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in game number 1, right? It felt like 100 Thieves, they were playing some of their best hardpoint we've seen this weekend. We'll see if they can take it into an Arsenal. You just have to shake that map off, especially a guy like Kenny, because if we do go to a game 5, we know how important Kenny is to their search and destroy. He's, at times, the one guy flying through, finding those first bloods. Just see if we can get there.
Now, what's scary about this is 100 Thieves, so good at hardpoint, built for Arsenal. Their breakoffs are second to none. They get going early. But the good thing for Gen.G, you get blown out here, it doesn't matter. You still got that map 5 lying in wait. Is this Gen.G's chance? I mean, it's been a weekend of upsets. It's been a weekend of surprises. Can Gen.G finally get it done against a team who has plagued them all year?
Yeah, and what we saw this earlier from 100 Thieves. It was a 25-point game against EG. For Gen.G, they looked great on it against E United. So some positives for Gen.G.
The breakoffs. 100 Thieves are so good. Did they get the edge in this one? Maybe not, because Mox, I thought the third was there. Slasher can't get healed up. It's chaos abound. 100 Thieves seem to be the first team that's going to be able to get in for a moment, but it's going to be Havoc then flying in. The SOG, the melt machine, leads to 2 kills for Havoc, 3 kills for Havoc, nearly a 4th, but Enable able to slow him down.
Yeah, Havoc just found the opening. 2 players that spawn up, and Kenny and Octane push window side. They don't reinforce through the lobby. But 100 Thieves, they're able to get this scrap time, but Gen.G able to flip the spawns for this next hill. Octane up top, nice shots on Anaga.
And so far, nobody from 100 Thieves working that push through the back garage. It looks like Priest is going to be the guy to do it, but Envoy going to stagger the push massively with that lovely triple. So far, so good from Gen.G. Unable with a big win, but it's back and forth. Finally a double in from Octane, and that's enough to get the breakthrough. So with 30 seconds remaining, 100 Thieves get inside. Octane remains hot. 6-2 start for him, 3 in a row. Enable turning on the burners as well as he gets a double.
Now Enable 360 from streaks, maybe just in the back of his mind a little bit. Octane is well on a spree, gonna get a lot of points from his time. We always talk about 100 Thieves. One of their strengths is their ability to always find streaks in these respawns. You would love to have them on Arsenal.
The number 9 is Envoy, who's gone all the way to the back steps. That's exactly where Kenny is heading. Major Maniac and Envoy working together. Envoy's got the position. Envoy takes the gunfight. 6-5 for him out the gate. Nice little stun in, hits perfectly, but at range, Enable can't finish the kill, but he's hunting for it. And he's able to get it with a bit of help from his teammate. Now they're going to flood the back. Stun in from Gen.G, slows it down. Enable doesn't get the streaks, but now it's Enable's turn, but he only has, or sorry, it's Octane's turn, but he only has 11 bullets to work with. He's going to find a SOG, which may assist, and okay, 11 bullets is all he's going to need. Beautiful shots to rip Nagafit off the statue.
100 Thieves had a chance to break there, but a big one-on-one went down on the pinch. Priesta, he got shut down. Can he find the streaks? No, 35 off. Can't find the streaks in Gen.G. They now have a 25-point lead.
It's Nagafin who gets revenge, gets right back into position, and 2 of them line up. Remember, this is a loser's bracket match. I know it's insane considering this is our grand final just a few weeks back. But 100 Thieves, you're back-to-back champs on the brink of elimination, down 30.
But maybe a bit of a too easy break there as Octane's really starting to heat up. He finds 2 more right after that, now on a 4 spree, trying to play behind the box, but does get caught by Mox. Get a chance there for Gen.G to really break that lead wide open. They did such a great job at that statue hill. We rotate on over, but it was a clean break from 100 Thieves. Now can they hold? Both grapple players go high. 3 go down. Mox is there for the cleanup and the trades, but it looks like Gen.G, their focus is going to be on the next hill.
Yeah, they just bump into each other in the sky mid-grapple. A lead change over to 100 Thieves now. Nagafin trying to make the play in from the mid-window, able to do it for now as he gets 1 kill and gets out with his life, but not much time remaining, so he's just going to be the guy that's going to need to lock down mid-map and rack back to help at office. Mox has got the cross with this ICR. Slasher going to back him down nearly instantly, and Envoy going to deal with the pressure. Only gets 1 out of the 3 players, so Mox knows he's about to get flooded on that backside. He's going to push back to his teammates closer to the hard point.
In every single time 100 Thieves has tried to set up a pinch to break the hill, to break the spawns and spawn Gen.G out. They've won the one-on-one, so great job so far from them, but here comes the push from 100 Thieves.
Who's gonna trade better? Looks like it's 100 Thieves for now. Envoy A lot of work to do from the top window. Priest is going to get the better of him. 100 Thieves get in. A great break with 20 seconds to go, but not going to be a ton of separation between these two teams as we take a look at the second set of rotations coming up here shortly.
All right, now how is 100 Thieves going to try and break this setup? Gorm in a lab. Kenny, he's going to find Envoy. Kenny, he's going to put some damage in. Has the health. They're going to find Mox as well. That's going to be 3 down. That's going to be 4. Well, should be as Enable trying to finish Nagafin. He does just that. A great break from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, that is exactly the transition you need to start to run away with this game, but 2 will fall. As Gen.G gets back with a push, some nice shots from Mox. Envoy comes sliding in across and wins his gunfight. Envoy and Gen.G almost immediately into the hardpoint. It looks so good for 100 Thieves for a moment. It looked like they got the clearance, but Gen.G in that first wave just burst right back on through, Joe.
Yeah, nice response. Keeps them in the game. But as soon as we say that, it feels like both of these teams fighting their way through these setups. Now with 20 seconds left, Envoy just trying to control window area, not able to do so. Tac 5 in from 100 Thieves. You see the spawns a bit split. Watch Major Maniac. They know he's spawning out. They'll see if Kenny's going to pick up on it. Havoc with the grab slam does connect, but Kenny's ready.
Major Maniac should get flanked. Even if he takes this gunfight, the trade should be there, and Abel is able to do it. Now to Havoc's POV as he's dealing with the pressure. Just trying to hold the bottom, catch anyone trying to fly in over the top. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna soar on in. Mox, a triple, no grab slam in. That's gonna get cut down. Great stuff from Gen.G to get control. 20 seconds down, 30 seconds remaining on the hard point. Chance to take the lead.
I actually thought Priesta was just dropping. I didn't think he was actually gonna pull the trigger on that grab slam because he saw 2 of his teammates go down. And as soon as he gets in there, maybe he thinks he can make a hero play instead. It turns into nothing. And now a chance for Mox maybe to earn some streaks. He's 315 off. But it was a nice 40-point lead for 100 Thieves. That's gone.
Lead to Gen.G. Tac 5 in for Gen.G. War Machine available for Envoy. Slasher's War Machine's gonna be out on the other end of it. How many can Slasher get with this? But out of vents comes Nagafin, able to catch him there. You a little bit surprised, Joe?
I thought that was a direct hit. I thought that was a direct hit right to Nagafin. He's able to stay alive, take down the War Machine. Well, was a chance for Gen.G to break through. Kenny and Octane hold on.
Still so much time for them to earn. Envoy and Havoc, though, the duo comes through. They're gonna get 4. The clearance in, all 5 fall. Still spawning in the back is gonna be 100 Thieves. And another lead change as Gen.G go back in front, but in comes the flood from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, they're just gonna play and push on through this. I thought maybe they were gonna rotate, but with 20 seconds left, they knew that most of Gen.G was gonna leave that hill.
So they'll get the time, and now they'll fight for the rotation. Nagafin gets 1 in transition. Envoy the next man up. War Machine still ready and available.
Oh, that's a big cluster.
That's gonna force them out. Forces them out, but 3 kills come in for 100 Thieves. What looked like it might be all for Gen.G. Suddenly things starting to get a little bit terrifying for the Gen.G side, but they're gonna be able to get in. 3 players still here from 100 Thieves and fighting. Mox tagged up and dropped by Priesta. Priesta and Slasher combined to take down 4. It's 100 Thieves now up 10, 40 more points needed, and they can push this to a 5th and final map.
War Machine in. They see the flak jacket on. After that's done, that's gonna be a team kill. It's gonna turn into anything, no. And well, 4 go down for Gen.G. Octane, he's got the Tempest if he wants to use it.
That could not have been worse from the standpoint of the War Machine. You get nothing, no time, go 5 down. And early over to next will be 100 Thieves. You got a 3-on-3 near the hard point. Envoy and Havoc, once again, that duo, they're gonna make the push. They're able to find the kill. Slasher's gonna get isolated and they're gonna drop. Slasher was close to streaks, but not able to pick up Envoy, and look how far out 100 Thieves is spawning.
Yeah, Mox uses the Vision Pulse on that rotation, and through that, they're just gonna find all of those kills. And as you said, spawns 100 Thieves out, but Enable's getting close to his Vision Pulse. Priesta getting close to Grab Slam once again because it only went down to halfway. So a lot of specialists coming in for 100 Thieves, and Enable's gonna find 2 kills. Priesta with another one. This could be the break 100 Thieves needs behind their weapons.
Really, the only thing you have is the Tempest from Nagafin. Oh, Nagafin's gonna catch a Tempest from Octane. 2 kills through. Octane can't hit the shot, but his teammates picking up the kills. 5 more points now needed from 100 Thieves. They can get us to a 5th map in this loser's bracket matchup. Gen.G's not gonna get in. Octane hits the shot. Let's get to map 5, Joe.
A game 5, we're getting game 5.
Yes! What more would you expect from your grand finals matchup in Anaheim? Well, I guess maybe you didn't expect this based on how the matchup has gone previously. It's been so 100 Thieves dominated, but not this time. Is this the time that Gen.G finally punched through? Can they get a ticket into the top 4? They broke the top 6 curse last event.
Yep.
They got to a grand final. They got smoked. Is this the run? Or does 100 Thieves go back to back to back?
I mean, 100 Thieves has a lot more work to do. But I mean, they got to win game 5 first before we can get to those discussions. FaZe and United in the winners bracket final looking pretty darn good, I would say.
Fans getting rowdy. Miami ramping up. We're trying to get down to our final 4 teams for Championship Sunday. One of those 4, the winner of this series. Will it be Gen.G? Will it be 100 Thieves? The sun has set on Miami Beach as we ramp things up for this Game 5. One of these squads gets into the top 4. We're going to frequency search and destroy. And Joe, the last time they played, I believe was the winners final in Anaheim. 100 Thieves won it in round 11. Give me another round 11.
Yeah, I'll take a round 11. I don't know if the players want that, but we definitely will.
Who do you favor, Joe? Where are you going?
Who do I favor? Oh, man, that's a tough question.
Yeah, got to answer it, though. Don't cop out.
I'm going to go 100 Thieves.
All right, all right.
And I think Kenny is going to be their best player.
Despite the fact that he hasn't had a great series.
Yep, this is where he turns it around. Yep.
Any thoughts overall on this particular match between these squads, though?
This particular map?
Yeah, just frequency.
I mean, I feel like we've seen, Gen.G play this a lot, right? I mean, they like to play aggressive towards elevator, play around those bottom ladders, get aggressive, find those openings. For 100 Thieves, I mean, can Octane Sniper be on? That'll be really one of the keys for them.
I love a good game 5. I love a good game 5, Joe. Guess we can throw all the stats out, all the thoughts about strategy. You've heard the guys in the desk say sometimes when it's a map 5, just you don't think too much about it. There's so much pressure on you. You just play, and the big-time players make big plays. Who's stepping it up from either end of this havoc you see locked in as we pan the Gen.G side of the stage?
I mean, really on both sides, you saw Kenny and Octane with a very similar face. Both want to make it to Championship Sunday.
And I think it's what, 4th place is something like 100 grand. Like, you get in, that's what, a $20,000 payday at minimum. And on Bravo, just taking a look for a second, it looks like Luminosity have taken an edge in that series, up 2-1 over Reciprocity. But if you've just joined us, if you've hopped in from Twitter, you saw this going to a map 5. This is how we got here. Both Hardpoints to Gen.G. The payload's a win. The first search is a win from Gen.G, but there were moments it could have gone either way. Like, there are 3 rounds where 100 Thieves have the man advantage and can't put it away. I think that's maybe something we got to keep an eye on here. They get those first bloods. What do they do with it, Joe?
And I think they know that, right? You have that short break between game 4 and 5. You talk about those mistakes from game 2, and you find those first bloods. What can you get going? Maybe play a little bit more patiently. Make sure you're waiting for one another. It comes down to that communication. If those comms are on point, that's when your S&D is at its best.
Give me a round 11, Joe. I'm begging for it. Slasher versus Nagafin. Nagafin a chance to clutch up against the guy that's had his way with his team all year. Prove the doubters wrong, all the haters that said spatially should be playing in this spot. A bit of a tech issue, I believe, here, so apologies. I think we're actually going to hop over to Bravo for a moment before this map 5 starts. I don't think Enable's going to be playing from that position. He's
just
basically laying back.
Well,
Enable's seen it all. I don't think he's phased heading into a map 5. 20-point advantage for Reciprocity in this game 4. Reciprocity need to do what 100 Thieves just did. Win both hard points, get it to a map 5. As these are just 2 insane matchups deep into Friday, or deep into Saturday here at Miami.
But we know how good Luminosity has been, particularly on this map.
They don't lose it.
Not often. Not often do they lose it. And when you and I casted Reciprocity earlier, yes, Dylan played great, but it was actually Zed who finally stepped up and had a great series when they were able to have that 3-0.
And is that the single most important thing for you here?
I think so. On a map like this, the way Slacked is playing, has been playing this weekend, if Zed can stay up with Dylan, this team's just so hard to beat on these fast maps.
All right, I think we're getting right back to Alpha. The tech issue has been resolved. You can keep watching this at twitch.tv/Call of Duty Bravo if you're looking to see who moves on between Reciprocity and Luminosity, as we're in the same round there, fighting for top 4, fighting to play on Championship Sunday.
Yeah, I think the winner of both of these matches will play first match tomorrow.
It's wild how different the sides of this are. So much young gun, young talent on Gen.G, but all of the experience over towards 100 Thieves. It's time for map 5. Kenny with a bit of a snap. The help comes through as well. 3 gonna go down for Gen.G. 3 versus 2, advantage 100 Thieves. And they lost a couple of these in map 2.
And you saw that trap set up at B by Kenny. He's on that jump up. Gen.G slides past him. Him and Octane, they both pounce out at the same time. That's what gives them that man advantage. But like you said, these are the scenarios where 100 Thieves has to close out on him. Mox hits a couple of players. He has the help of Major Maniac. Major Maniac is able to trade, but right now it's a 1 versus 2.
He gets away. He finds a Maddox.
Doesn't have bomb, no.
And with 35 seconds, how difficult this is going to be. You're going to rely on a mistake from Enable or Priesta, or maybe a stack where you can gun both. Sog in hand now. First gunfight not going to go his way. Priesta able to seal the deal, seal the 3v2. And 100 Thieves, the first round in.
A very aggressive round from 100 Thieves as well. There was only one player who was pushed up at elevator, but they were all pushed up towards that 50-yard line. But again, it was Kenny who was on that little hop up near the B bomb.
The trap works out. Now what does 100 Thieves opt to do on offense through the first push? Looking like it's A heavy. It's mid-map heavy from Gen.G. When they get the information, how fast can they rally across? Mox just waiting to spot in the back. There's a very quick rotation for Gen.G through elevator. And a good chance to get a pinch attack in as well, as Slasher spotting everything he can from that top window.
And Slasher knows as soon as he shoots, he has to be careful. He's in a reposition, doesn't want one of those Sogs jumping up in the window and giving him a nice shot punch to the face. The rotation is here though. It looks like 100 Thieves. We're going to slow this round down a little bit. Havoc's just playing for information, playing for that rotation, and he's going to see it. So he's just going to back up, play his life.
He can rotate so quickly on frequency, and you see the rotation developing from Gen.G. Stun in, Havoc trying to back away, able to get safe, has a stun of his own, may connect on multiple players, but he's gonna get pushed out. Envoy though gets a kill and gets away with his life. I didn't think Major Maniac was gonna finish it, but he gets the final bullet in. Now a 3 versus 3 with just over 20 to play. Pressure on 100 Thieves to get this plant down. Mox looking for the peak, but he's worried about the aggressive push. Bomb now planted, team kill in for 100 Thieves. Suddenly it's gonna be Octane by himself, and Nagafin goes big, 2 to his name. The team kill helps him out. And high fives across the board for Gen.G as they get the round.
Yeah, I thought the cluster was gonna be the difference maker there, but it's actually the team kill instead. Slasher, he was just watching over Enable on the bomb. Enable pops up, probably just jumps right into the pre-fire of Slasher with that ICR. But it was Nagafin who was able to find 2.
We'll see it now from Nagafin's POV. Fantastic shots, ends it with the defuse. Maybe the most pressure on him on this stage, considering what he went through to get here. Thought he might be dropped. We heard he was finding a team to play in the open tournament, and suddenly he's right back in the mix.
And he's just a guy who's made it to grand finals, but has come up short time and time again against these teams that are so Slayer heavy, so star heavy.
And their grand finals are like champs. He's had some big events.
The aggression is here once again from 100 Thieves. Major Maniac's ready for it. He's able to find one. That's all he has to do, because it was Envoy on the other side.
Envoy. 2 kills the difference. 2 versus 4 now for Kenny and Enable as they begin to hunt. Envoy with a 3rd within this round. Kenny's gonna get swarmed. Envoy, 4 for him in round 3. What a difference maker. What a star he's become this year.
Yeah, it looked like he found the first 2 near that bottom ladder area. And again, if Major Maniac doesn't find 1, that's a 3 versus 3 situation. So the fact he's able to find 1 on that kill from the pressure from 100 Thieves, it's a big kill from him.
Envoy's gonna have his cluster to use within this round as well, and this should be fights early. 3 players here from Gen.G, but it looks like 100 Thieves don't like what they see. They're gonna back it up to their back pipes, at least for now, likely because of the cluster in from Envoy.
I'm just keeping my eyes on number 6, Slasher. What's he trying to do? It looks like he's trying to find an opening, maybe a bit of a crossfire, but Kenny and Priesta the aggression, the opening kills. Now a 3 versus 5. What do they opt to do? They're going to go for the plant. They're just going to push on 3. All 3 players are here. All 3 players are here. They're not planting the bomb just quite yet. Here comes Gen.G, but it's Kenny who finds 2, his 3rd of the round.
Envoy, massive in the last round. This time, it is Kenny's turn. He was your pick to go big for 100 Thieves, and he does it.
You can do it. You can do it. There we go.
Hey, give him a round of applause as he finds his way off the map. Huge round from Kenny. And you think about it, you got Kenny, he's the MVP of last year, the Rookie of the Year last year. You got Envoy in that conversation this year on the other side of the stage, how he's just come out of nowhere and been so strong for Gen.G. Just young talent all over the place throughout the Call of Duty World League. And Kenny has not had his best series, but it's all forgotten if he has a massive Game 5. Enable just playing behind the bomb, spotting for information. Is Gen.G start this push up towards outer catwalk. And Enable's got Octane looking over him, and Octane's got that frag grenade in his back pocket to use.
Yeah, Gen.G playing aggressive towards that A site. Priest though, he's gonna find Envoy. He's been that impact player. That's bomb as well. So this is what we saw on map 2, right? You get that first blood. Can you close the round out now if you're 100 Thieves?
Slasher knows he's got one right under him, and he's got an ICR. Can he hit the shot melee if the push comes in through a window? Almost catches Nagafin on the cross. I thought for a second
he's anticipating
Havoc would fly. This time Slasher able to pick Nagafin. Priest that comes in with a help. 4 versus 2 for 100 Thieves. Bomb down inside of their window on that A side of the map. 100 Thieves locking it down on defense. They try a little bit of a bait and switch, but Mox can't quite get the angle because you've got Octane back there watching as well. They wrap back towards mid. Mox able to bring it a little bit closer, but it's 2 versus 3, and you've got Octane and Slasher.
You just don't have bomb again, right? Bomb's down in such a tough spot. If Envoy is gonna play aggressive the way he is, he can't leave that bomb in such difficult positions. Now 2 rounds in a row for 100 Thieves, but a huge first blood on the Envoy who.
Yeah, we saw Priest's POV for a second. He was just kind of lobby spotter. A lot of times you don't see that player there with a SOG, but he was able to do it. Edge to 100 Thieves now.
And one guy we talk about is one of the best S&D players in the world right now, Havoc, 0-5.
Can't have that in a map 5. Kenny gets caught. Mox goes vertical, able to hit the shots. Now Priesta is stunned and trying to get away with his life. Thankfully for him, he's got the best ICR in the game looking over him from that top balcony, so he's able to get out.
And you have that 3 stack in elevator. Slasher trying to find the pick on the Mox. Mox is just going to play his life, stay alive, and then you have Major Maniac playing for information. So when they rotate on over, they can get out of elevator, they can play around bottom ladders.
Who's going to be the playmaker here from 100 Thieves? It's Priesta leading the way. Slasher's going to get caught. No cluster to use inside this round. Priesta does win his fight on the other side, but unfortunately you lose Slasher. Time is dwindling, and they've got to work a plant. Priesta has inched closer and closer. Mox, great angle in the back with the ICR. Enable doing what he can, 2 versus 3. Havoc hits the edge. Havoc's gonna drop, but Nagafin there to pick up the pieces, and the team kill comes in for 100 Thieves. And Gen.G get the round and bring us even.
Gets a little scrappy there, but unfortunate for Enable. He accidentally takes down Octane. Almost pull off the 2 versus 4. If that team kill doesn't come in, maybe they have a chance.
I'm close to my stuff.
And you were worried about Enable early in this tournament, but he's picked it up. Havoc finally gets a kill within that round, so he'll get to 1 and 6. Gen.G favoring the B side, 1-on-1. Priest is able to take it, but Havoc wins his as well. It was numbers for 100 Thieves, but only for an instant as Gen.G gets 2. Now it looks like they're going to wrap this out. What does 100 Thieves do?
Well, with that, they know they're going back towards A, so Priest and Enable are trying to play around this elevator area. Just Priesta here. Priesta's got to be careful. He might get caught. He might get caught. Has to stay behind that bomb. Oh, Slasher, I think, with the cluster. Is that going to land on anyone? Nope. Trophy down from Gen.G.
Slasher brings it to 3 versus 3, though, as he's got the cross towards elevator. It looks like it's going to be another wrap. Now, this is going to be scary for Gen.G because you're not going to have a ton of time once you get in position to work this plant. If you're 100 Thieves, yeah, you get the first kill here from Slasher, you may secure the round. Can he get one on the cross? Oh, that timing. Oh, that timing can't be worse, and he can't finish Mox. They're going for the plant, but he can't quite spot him behind the box. Bomb is going down. He's desperately looking for it, but just can't quite see it. Bomb planted in a 3 versus 3 now. They push through to 100 Thieves' side. Stun's gonna catch Priesta. He's gonna get caught out. Havoc and Major Maniac fly on forward. Enable now isolated, left by himself. 1v3 scenario, nothing he can do. And what a play. What a show of patience and teamwork from Gen.G to get that 4th round.
Yeah, and I think Slasher just gets a little worried there because obviously the angle he's playing from top middle, he knows if someone's peeking window or someone just comes out of their lobby, it's a free kill. So he can't watch low pipes forever.
Well, yeah, it's easy enough for them to wrap and just pop out through lobby and smoke them. It just happens that the second he checks it is when 2 slide across. He gets moxed down to like 2 bars of health.
And even when Priesta moves forward, he has a stun in his hand, but Havoc throws his just a little bit earlier. A couple of good timings there for Gen.G.
Mox has found himself 150 off streaks as he's at 6 and 3 now within this map 5. Pressure at an all-time high in this loser's bracket match. 100 Thieves have been able to push up the side. Enable tries to slide across with Bomb, though. They want to push the tempo, but he's going to get caught. 100 Thieves is falling. 4v3. Envoy somehow still alive. 2 versus 3. 2 versus 2 now. Octane and Priest up against Mox and Nagafin. Mox spots it, but it's a little bit too late. Priest able to make the play, and Priest able to slide away. Now it's on Naga at 7 and 4, having himself a map. But look at Priesta for 100 Thieves. 12 and 5, but it's Nagafin. He brings it to a 1 versus 1. What a moment this is for Naga.
Does he get across? Does Octane see him? Oh, I think the timing just worked out well for Octane. It's going to look like he's going to wrap off this bomb, but he goes right back. But Nagafin, he's playing the 50-50. He's playing the 50-50.
He's going to go for the check. He's going to go for the check. There it is. He finishes the shot, and Nagafin with the 1v2.
And that's just one of those instances where if you're Priesta, why aren't you prone at that site, right? I mean, you find a couple of those kills, you survive the round, you get into a 1v2, but Octane can't watch all of the angles.
What a moment for Nagafin.
And as you said, Priesta has done his best to bring them back into this round. This is his 3rd kill right here.
One more round needed for Gen.G, and 100 Thieves is out of the playoff. How sweet a win it would be for Gen.G. Yeah, you still got work to do tomorrow, but to beat the team that has dominated them all year. Hundred Thieves have to be perfect. 3 rounds in a row to take this.
Slow round so far, but just getting elevator control. We've seen them do this from time to time, but there's nobody back elbow. So bomb being planted right now.
And Havoc able to push all the way and spot that nobody's there. Octane now getting into position, but not until bomb has been planted. Now 100 Thieves have to pull off the 5-on-5 retake. He comes flying over the top. Kenny with the first blood. Slasher's gonna drop though to the cluster from Envoy. 4 versus 4. They're pushing out elevator. Can Envoy find any more? He's tagged up. He's getting pushed out. Envoy's gonna fall. It's Kenny being the superstar in this moment, but 20 seconds to go. 3 versus 3. Man advantage now to 100 Thieves. Kenny, he runs out of ammo, but he's able to get the melee. Mox now left alone, but he might only need to get one
He
kill.
only has to get one. He only has to get one.
Can he
Octane
find the
spots him.
angle?
Octane spots him. Octane spots him. He got it! He got the kill!
He got the kill! And Gen.G do it! A 1v2 for Nagafin, a 1v3 for Mox, and the 3-peat dream for 100 Thieves is dead. Let's watch it one more time as Gen.G get into the top 4. Oh, that timing is Octane wraps back. Oh, Mox.
Can we see that one more time, actually? I want to see, was Kenny weak? Because it felt like Kenny, I don't know if he was full health. Unless it was just perfect shot. So yeah, Kenny's not healed. Kenny is not full healed. Kenny's not full healed in this situation. Look at this, he's only at 3/4 HP. That's only 3 bullets.
He survives that.
He doesn't
Survives
full
that if
heal.
he's full health.
He is not full healed in that situation. Oh no.
Joe, how does that happen?
I mean, he just thinks he has to get on the bomb, but I don't know, maybe he just doesn't think about it.
Your Anaheim champs, your London champs, they're out. The top 4 has been solidified. Whoa, what a weekend it has been. That was a fun game 5.
Well, it's anybody's tournament now. I mean, you look at that winner's bracket phase in the United, you're not going to have an opportunity like this, I don't think. And then, obviously, LG and Reciprocity are in a game 5. I think we were sort of glancing at that. Game 4, it was like 240 to 210 in favor of LG. And a 50-point comeback for Reciprocity.
I thought the series was over when I glanced at it.
No, yeah.
How did they pull that off? Unbelievable, but before we check out the Bravo match, we've got to get it to the main stage. It's the PlayStation Instant Reaction with Havoc.
Thank you, Clint. At CWL Anaheim, 100 Thieves took you down in the grand finals. How does it feel to send them packing?
It feels better than anything. Like, I can't explain it, you know. That 1v3 was actually the most insane clutch I've ever seen. And the adrenaline's pumping, we're feeling nice, you know, we came off a loss with the United, but you know, we stayed composed and got the job done, so that's all that matters.
During those last final moments, I know it wasn't you in there, but what kind of thoughts were going through your head as you watched Mox take on that situation?
I was just screaming, go outer, go outer, go outer, and then I see him cut back in, and I was like, oh my, he's a god. And he juked him out and killed him. You gotta trust your teammates.
Finally, you are in the losers bracket. It has been quite a long event so far, so how are your stamina, energy, confidence, all that good stuff as we head into Championship Sunday tomorrow?
Our stamina endurance, it's gonna be great. You know, we're gonna come out, get some good sleep tonight, and then get the job done tomorrow. Just play our game, come out hot.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you very much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back on over to Maven and Merc.
Thank you. We're staying here. Joe and I aren't quite done.